Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Langraskaya versus North. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's someone's Smurf account, so I don't really know what it is. It's just some burner account, I guess. Anyways, fighting here for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Socialism and Communist Stalin, taking on the role here of the 5th Mechanized Corps with airborne troops, guard motor, and urban defense from the south. It is Luvnest. Fighting here for the German Army, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier here with German infantry, featuring the 250-1 half-track, the veteran squad leaders, stormtroopers, assault and hold, and fragmentation bombs for double infantry, Panzerfaust here, Grenadier MD42 for Luvnest, double comes here for 1, 2, 3, 4. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and channel, and press that bell button. Would help me out there dealing with YouTube's Kafkaesque algorithm, so most appreciated there. And also big thanks to my patron supporters. For those without that, I definitely would not be able to keep doing this on a monthly basis. Big thanks to you all, part of my company heroes. Out of the way, we're back to our regularly scheduled action. We got push here eastwards and the engineers coming up the centre and westwards here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Luvnest bring up the centre with MD42, Gunners bring eastwards, and Pioneers are heading westwards. Note he's not going hard here for the fuel, but sort of more steadily expanding out from the cut-off point there. Second gun squad there for Luvnest. Third con squad there on the way for 1, 2, 3, 4. Standard opening so far. Worth noting, we're not seeing a lot of sandbags here from him, which is what you normally see, I think, from a lot of Zero players. MD42, they're ready to deal with the conscripts. There goes spotted and likely to be routed. There we go. Caught here as well by the Grenadiers. There's only one direction for those conscripts to go, and that's back. Pioneers move for the western fuel point here. Send secure there for Luvnest's pit. Machine being routed westwards. Probably as he's seen there, the signs of point being grabbed, meaning his western fuel point is probably going to be threatened. So he's moving in the machine gun to counter this move. Good work there. Always pays off to like slightly pay attention to the borders of the minimap there, like things actually blinking up in another colour. There you go. He's basically using the Pioneers to sort of like, you know, bait them in spot here easily. There to keep the conscript on guard, so he can then surprise him with the MD42. Nice move there by Luvnest. Thumbs up. Fourth con squad made for 1, 2, 3, 4. More gunners at the centre. We've got the third squad made for Luvnest. MD42 catching the front of Exir by the western fuel point. And again, they get out of there. You might want to try and see if you couldn't sneak up better. The machine guns can cover a bit better. But at the same time, imagine what he's also worried about if he gets too close to his opponent's going to spot and just get out of there entirely. So it's a bit tricky there. Always Pioneers occupying there in the centre. Conscript being routed here. We got another new squad in there though. In the west here, conscripts are finally routed. It took a bit of a while here for Luvnest to get them. Grenadiers here dealing with engineers, so taking amount of casualties. Still the engineers are beaten back. Machine gun repositioned. There you go. Conscripts already diverting from the centre here to the west flank, trying to catch the machine gun off guard, and somewhat successfully for now does. But we can see Luvnest probably going to make a run for the building there, and we have no Molotovs here from 1, 2, 3, 4 to which to deal with such a measure. Choosing up through the centre and the west here. 1, 2, 3, 4 not be deterred here by Luvnest. He's an eastern fuel point there. He's moving about here. Grab the western fuel point with the Pioneer. Grab the eastern point here. Machine move towards the centre. Also, while I'm at it, I might as well thank Johan for sending in this replay, since he was actually the one that found it. So, you know, big thanks there. If you spot a good replay yourself, like, you know, say observing matches, casual, anything like that, you know, feel free to send me into that. That's also something you can do, and that's also something that helps me out here. For example, in this case, Luvnest versus someone else. So, you know, if it's actually something you also thought was interesting to watch yourself. Got engineers going for deep flank. 1, 2, 3 here. 4 here. He's going to clearly try and catch Luvnest on the far right off guard. That seems to be working out here. At the same time, Luvnest make a break here for the centre cut-off point there. On his opponent, Pioneers being right on the west here. Lots of aggressive movements here. Neither side here clearly slouching again. Whoever 1, 2, 3, 4 is, he is clearly someone who knows the Soviets, at least for now. We'll have to see, of course, if any slip-ups happen, but for now, he's definitely giving Luvnest quite a challenge, though in the early game, that's kind of where the Soviets should have meant to strut the stuff. They are at their machine already in a bit of trouble. Luvnest going for 4 Grenadiers. Typical here for German infantry for a lot of players. You got 4 Grenadiers in the equipment of the veteran squad leaders, and then you got 5 veteran Grenadier squads, or 4 veteran Grenadier squads for 5 men, and the overall increased DPS, which is overall pretty good. Meanwhile, 1, 2, 3, 4 remains for that doctrine. We'll have to see what it goes for, but got motor, airborne troops, of course, with a lot of conscripts, also works well, but of course, it could easily be defensive to urban defense tactics as well. There we go, Luvnest sneaking up behind his opponent. He's sneaking through the centre, getting up behind him. Great play there by Luvnest. Outmaneuvers 1, 2, 3, 4 means to push in the west. Suddenly got there, a bit cut off there. A lot of harassment, disruptive play, and there we go. We do get urban defensive 1, 2, 3, 4. that likely means, well, obviously line to tank into shock troops and the KB2, but we could see the Fort Headquarters is feeling particularly brazen here versus Luvnest. I mean, a close Fort Headquarters here could be quite the headache for Luvnest. But we'll have to see here. Still, no sign of Molotovs here from 1, 2, 3, 4. When you meet your sign of tech there, because we do get the field infirmary up in the centre. We got Luvnest making another push. Enos is preoccupied with the left flank there. It is worth noting Luvnest so far is more focused on disrupting his opponent. He's not quite keen on like pushing hard for the field, at least for the time being. But we do have the like to make a nice company up, and we do get the 2-2. You could have considered the 250-1 to get to pressure his opponent more aggressively. Of course, it could be that Luvnest is concerned about anti-tank grenades, which would very quickly stop any mechanized madness there in its tracks pretty fast. Then it's been pushed back by the conscripts. East side here, we got the conscript up there for the eastern, or engineer sector, not for the eastern field point there. 2-2 almost done there for Luvnest, and the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. Machine gun about to get pushed off entirely. She should probably just retreat here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, they calls in the mighty shock troopers, the Sturmoviks, which were actually assault engineers, despite the name not really hinting at that, but they were basically assault engineers. Of the third kind, just equipped with body armor, and then our large sections with grenades and submachine guns, typically. Engineers right here by the 2-2, and we got the anti-tank following up. He easily had the manpower to spare for both. Of course, this does mean he's not going to be taken up anytime soon, which I suppose to some extent is great for Luvnest. He's going pretty aggressively. He's feeling quite confident here. The opponent does not enter tank grenades, and so far at least, oh, holy smokes, he just landed a great rifle grenade here against the conscript squad, getting a wipe there. Great work there by Luvnest. He saw the opportunity, took it, and 1, 2, 3, 4 did not see it. Great use of the terrain there, so that way hide, who was firing the rifle grenade, because the opponent sees they typically move, but if you sort of use the hedges there to sort of fire the rifle grenade, or something else spots for it, you can get wipes right there. So thumbs up there to Luvnest. Field anti-tank moving up there for 1, 2, 3, 4. Grenades doing what they can here. 12 kills. Need to retreat though. They're low in health. West side here got more fresh fighting on the field point with the shock troops moving in. The Pioneers stand no chance in hell. Quick retreat. The other two troops being dispatched to try and deal with them. It may not quite be enough, particularly if 1, 2, 3, 4 moving up support here for the shock troopers. Grenadiers being pushed back in the center. There you go. MU-42 to the rescue. Back up the Grenadiers and forming a fresh line of defensive around the center for the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadiers. In the west here, 2-2 continue back against the shock troops, but up close, even with the smoke, it can be a bit tough here for it, but in the end, 1, 2, 3, 4 decides it's not worth it and retreats. Can't blame him for that one. And we do get the anti-tank grenades here for 1, 2, 3, 4. Back in Luvnest's space, we got nothing further going on. Of course, he's short on fuel. He's been focusing so much in the early game and stabilizing there. But he's obviously not having great fuel control, thus meaning he can't take up fast, at least not yet. Obviously, it does make sense to some degree, but it's not something. So I would say, you typically see again most of our players' strategies at the moment are heavily predicated on just fast tech, but Luvnest here not quite so keen on that and just establishing early dominance. Again, highlighting that Savannah perhaps you're increasingly just forced to really play the early game again, just the whole late game faction is just smoke and mirrors. It's nonsense. It's myths and legends. Anyways, need to fire rifle grenade there. I think grenades in the center to put back off soon here for Luvnest. Veteran grenades moving about here. And of course, the sooner Luvnest can get all 4 grenadier squads equipped with the veterans squad leaders, the better. He's got 2 ready so far. Once the other 2 ready, it's going to be a bit of a chance here for 1, 2, 3, 4 to really deal with them just as regular conscripts. He's going to have to take up himself fast then. He's going to have to use his fuel advantage to push for 7-man conscript squads. Otherwise, he does risk getting, I think, a bit steamrolled here. But Luvnest just bringing up the pack 40. We do finally get the first structure there for 1, 2, 3, 4. The support company. Structures being heading out the grenadiers in the way. And there you go. Quick. Oh, considered it, but there you go. Grenadiers falling back, but there you go. MD-42 in the rescue. Popped a bit, their heads out too far. That means the MG42 can quickly suppress them. Very good. Grenadiers catching the anti-tank off guard. This is pretty bad for 1, 2, 3, 4. Great though for Luvnest. They do have a pretty rapid counterattack here from the conscripts. Anti-tank and they're being cleaned out. And I imagine 1, 2, 3, 4 is currently. Oh, merges here. He takes no chance here versus Luvnest. Worried that, you know, Luvnest, as soon as the anti-tank is cleared up, just rushes in the 2-2 or something else. So he immediately merges with it, ensuring he keep the front line. Thumbs up there to 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, definitely a sign he knows his stuff because most players, at least the average ones, do not use merge to that set. Most good server players are also quite keen on using sandbags. And that's sort of missing here from 1, 2, 3, 4's play. It's not necessarily a bad sign, but, you know, it stands out a bit. And particularly he actually knows how to use merge, which again is, you know, one of those, shall we say, skill markers that almost said of so play. When it's got the 2 moving up here, comes nearby. Bit of shooting there. Entertaining shoots. Get to go down on the 222. And works with 7 engineers. Quick mines being laid down there by Luvnest. Very good there. Telemines, always a good thing to lay down. That S-mines, of course. S-mines also very handy. Back here, nothing further going there. But he can soon begin building the tank command. Imagine we're seeing in the T-70 put pressure on Luvnest. As for Luvnest, he can actually soon begin pushing up tech himself. And of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, the long-term plan might just better just going straight for the mechanized armor company and begin pushing out something bigger here versus Luvnest. West side here, fuel pumping threatened once more. Very good, consistent fuel threat. And there you go, nice flank here. Luvnest center was open. 1, 2, 3, 4 saw the opportunity once more. Luvnest is finding his line sparkling. Though partly that's because he's got most of his going to do his back base being reinforced, healed up, and all that. And there you go, veteran grenadiers was the conscripts. Losses quickly inflicted as both Yuri and Petrov dropped dead in a matter of seconds. Ground less than fuel point. He could consider some mines here, but at this point, I think 1, 2, 3, 4 either needs to retreat or needs to go for another engineer squad because he needs to begin taking up there because Luvnest is taking. Luvnest is, you know, some spiritual level, always taking. Shocksman against the Grenadiers. Grenadiers need to be careful, and there you go. Ooh, nice attempt at grenade there, but quickly halted it, in fact. There you go, another grenade attempt. This time on the retreat path. Didn't quite pan out. There we go, falling back to start to reinforce heal. Very good there, I think, by 1, 2, 3, 4. Still on tech, the Grenadiers retreating, got the Pack 4 moving in there, plus the Grenadiers using the Pack 4 just to grab points, while he's fairly certain there's nothing moving about there to flame anyways. Good utilization of all his units. Not, you know, unit just sitting about, I don't know, picking their noses. What's got nothing going on there. That's also usually a good sign there. Full utilization of the units can be a bit tricky. And there we go. Tech done. He can't begin build the Supoma core. That's not something to get something out right away. Meanwhile, 1, 2, 3, 4's got the tank command going up. But at this point, he probably has to go straight for the mechanized armor company and push for medium armor. Meanwhile, Luvnest is sturdily turning this around against his opponent. Ooh, anti-tank went off there in the 222. Can he finish it off there? Seems like 1, 2, 3, 4's luck is not quite aligned to that. In fact, the anti-tank just keeps hitting the dirt. Suck up the up, Petro. Why do you keep hitting the ground? Just through the hedges. But the squirrels, Captain. Nothing about the squirrels. You know what Comrade Stalin thinks of the bourgeoisie squirrels. Kill them all. No mercy. Mechanized armor company there for 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah. I mean, the T-70 rush is definitely at this point very much dead in the water. And his best bet is right now to rush out a T-34 from 6 was Luvnest, create another shock effect there and try and sort of break Luvnest's lines and make it hard for him to make, you know, stage a comeback. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4 here is floating a ton of munitions. He definitely should be laying down some mines here, as I would make it much harder for Luvnest to make some of his pushes, some of his harassment. So, flare mines, bigger mines, even booby traps would be, I think, a lot of things to consider here versus Luvnest, and particularly on the fuel port on the east. Booby trap there could, I think, be quite punishing there for Luvnest. Trucks moving up there, quick grenade. Ooh, nice attempt there. There you go, gun is round. Need to push straight for the fuel pond there to keep it out of fascist hands. Luvnest bring up the second MB42 now, rather late-ish, but better late than never. Back here, he can soon go for the T-34-76. We'll have to, of course, what he does with that. Meanwhile here, Luvnest, still not much else going on there. And he's not moving for the fuel pond there either. That's definitely a mistake there for 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely a mistake. Constantly pressing the center machine and quickly repositioning. Good work there. Ensuring that you can't say quickly get hit by artillery barrage to some unsuspected flank. He makes it a bit hard for the opponents to sort of figure out where it is and then deal with it. Shock was used against the Grenadiers. Almost got that fuel point, but the Shock was probably going to put a stop to that. There we go. Quick steel hand grenade. Ooh. Nice attempt there, but retreat path didn't quite go there the way 1, 2, 3, 4 had hoped, and so Luvnest going to be mostly out there, except for Ludwig. And there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the T-34-76. And the West got the 2-2 with the conscripts, pushing them back. Shock was engaged with the Grenadiers and the Pioneers. Need to grab that eastern fuel point back, with the T-34-76 slowly arriving. Luvnest still not really going for much in the armor department. Bit surprised at that. Could indicate a tier 4 move, which definitely 1, 2, 3 more time to establish dominance with his T-34. And that could give Luvnest, I think, a bit of a case of indigestion there if he's not careful. T-34 almost done. But right now, Luvnest really has 1, 2, 3, 4 on the defensive. He's also going to upgrade, of course, his man there, squads with same man upgrades. So, of course, this is something Luvnest should be noticing. Of course, should be starting to worry about enemy armor. Of course, that is something that worries him. But Oberleutnant Luvnest, they got tanks. Oh, so what? So what? They're just tanks. They're not German tanks. There are tanks. And you know, they'll arrive as arrive. It's no big deal. There you go, T-Fiddle, and of course, he's maneuvering a bit carefully because he obviously don't want to get, say, Panzerfaust in front of a Pack 40, which is obviously going to make his T-54 very, very sad, very, very fast. But there you go, T-54 got 2 kills already, goes ready for the Grenadiers by the eastern viewpoint there. Quick engagement there. Getting some good damage from machine guns, going to sneak up there, threatening with a Panzerfaust, got a kill there. And he is in fact going for tier 4 here. We'll have to see what it ends up being. Possibly a Sturmpanzer here. A lot of players like to rush those out if they do go for tier 4 move. There could be the Panther here. But there you go, moving westward, centerwards here. The Pack 40, by the way, is over there. But there he goes, going for the MG42 on 42 there. Connects to your YP. And sending on pinch around time there. Not theoretically bad, but with a T-54 about like that, obviously that was a bit of misclick. Or bad call there. Either way, the machine gun got wiped. Gunny's moving about there. Risking murdered as well there. Trying to grab the MG42 on the German nose, but looks like, yeah, he's managing it. He's managing it. It's very close there, and he almost got the Grenadiers as well there, but in the end, he did go with the MG42 without losing anything of his own. Good there for 1, 2, 3, 4. Luvnest can begin building their heavy panzer corps soon. They'll go roughing it off. Dodged. Very nice. Need to fix up that T-54 quickly. Back at him in force. Of course, the addition of the MG42 definitely gives 1, 2, 3, 4 boost here versus Luvnest. Can begin suppressing his troops, murdering his men, and of course control the field more aggressively. So that's going to be a bit of a problem there for Luvnest. And he definitely needs to get that heavy panzer squad, but then he wants to use it. Because the longer the time that then passes, and you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 then gets to do more with his T-34s, the more problem this is going to become for Luvnest. Of course, the T-34-76 is quite good at murdering German infantry. Now, right now, most of Luvnest's force is composed, as you might have noticed, of German infantry. Looking for the eastern fuel plant, following westwards, going with the 2-2 there, but the T-34-76 could rush it down and knock it out, possibly. And let's see if he does that. All the way T-34, good to go. Luvnest got the heavy panzer corps going out. Might go for a Panther. He definitely could go for a Panther in response to the T-34-76, and probably when he might go for another one. Ooh, Gunny's not moving ahead. He's right for the T-34-76. Meet your casualties there. 10 kills from the T-34-76 plus veterans 1. The center troops being held down here, suppressed. The machine gun then needs to be merged with. I think reinforced properly. Hard to say there. Gunny is flanking here. And machine gun routed. T-34 falling back. Luvnest there. He's got the heavy panzer corps done, and he can go for pretty much whatever he wants. The question, of course, what he wants, and he wants the Panther. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. An aggressive strategy here by Luvnest in some ways. Not too aggressive either. Gun is being murdered in the center. T-34 tank through them with violence and anger. T-34 takes a hit there. Gun is pushing back the engineers to the east. Panther slowly on the way there. T-34 could do with some light repairs. And of course, with the Panther arriving, he's going to obviously need an HD-5. That needs to get field guns because a T-34-76 and a light anti-tank gun is not going to cut it. Healing up the way, grabbing the eastern fuel point away there from 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good, very good. Bit of quiet there as Luvnest is routed. He's probably lining up for a big counterattack there with this Panther as the centerpiece. Got the western fuel point. Still a lot of munitions being floated. Some munitions are being expended somewhere. Moving up to secure the building here with the machine gun. 2-2 moving up. Panther ready. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Panzer. Pride of the Faserland. Grenadiers moving up there. Seizing the car point there for the fuel point. Smart maneuver there by Luvnest. Worth noting, while we've seen the veteran Grenadiers, we haven't seen, say, Assault and Hold, Stormtroopers, the 250 attack. And, well, he could go for the fragmentation bomb soon, but beyond that, there's not really been much of the Doctrine, which is a bit unfortunate, as obviously the rest of the Doctrine is pretty good as well. But that said, Veteran School is kind of one of the show's key elements, but I definitely say Assault and Hold is also really good and should not be overlooked either. They can make for some great pushes or some great defenses. In particular, have the Stormtroopers with Panther, they really synergize with it, but obviously just 5 men Grenadier Squads, they are really good with it. Do not take it lightly. Machine moving eastward to deal with the Grenadiers. Panther moving up the west side here. Can go for the issue 5 soon. Pin machine as well to the Panther, very good. Thumbs up there to Luvnest. Nice being suppressed in the east. Field gun on the way there. Needs there. Lay down the boob trap on the western point here, very good. Routed though. Fragmentation bomb ready here for Luvnest. He could call it in here, I think, versus... we even got into the armoured rounds. Very good, very good. Thumbs up there. And they're going to need to have to retreat right through quite the gauntlet they have to go through there. Taking a lot of damage. 13 kills, close to between that T-34 from 6. This is 3 divisional field gun almost on. We also got a boob trap on the car pod itself. Very good. Very good. Panther moves towards the center for Luvnest. This is 3 divisional field gun ready there for 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Red Army. The 6th Mechanized Corps. Panther moving up there. Shoots and misses. 1 kill so far there thanks to his machine guns, which, you know, are pretty good. Perhaps, I think, might roughly be, when you got the pintle machine over there, roughly on the level of the T-34-6, so perhaps not quite as good, but still, you know, pretty good. Shocks around the Grenadiers, please. Of course, you still need to, like, point all of the machine guns towards it to really get the effect there. On the west side here, T-34-6 is being maneuvered in. Grab the eastern fuel pump back here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's actually setting up for the KV-2 right now. That's a bit more risky, and it's going to definitely require another field gun because otherwise the Panther's just going to be able to lock down his T-34-6. And the T-34-6 kind of really what now is sort of giving him the ability to push through Luvnest lines a lot of the time. So he needs to be a bit mindful of that. Machine gun in the center. Field gun nowhere near to be seen. Troops on the west in a bit of trouble. In the east side, there we go, the field gun going up here. Only a single Grenadier squad. Pretty good push point there, I think, for 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 11 for T-54. Goes out the center here. Catches the Grenadiers in a bit of bad spot around them. And machine gun there, also in a very bad place. 16 kills. Almost 52 than the T-34-76. Increasing its rate of fire, I believe. Yes, indeed. And accuracy, making it much more lethal versus infantry. And a bit more versus tanks if we can sort of, you know, get into a good position versus them. There's the Panther, that means you have to get behind it because most of these shots are going to, you know, bounce. Betty 2 gain the T-34-6, Pack 40 ready though. Western field with them being cut off. Panther responding to it with its machine guns, with its anger. 4 kills there, and he is quick losing life as the Panther charges the machine guns. For some reason he's turning away though, which diminishes the machine gun firepower, though he's still getting some kills there. 5 kills found the Panther, and can he get a 6th one? Possibly. Here in the center, the fight continues between Luvnest and 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Red Army and the German. Controlling up here. T-4 shoots, misses. Shot fired, missed. Then he's supposed to MD-42 in the center. Could pop into any on pistol rounds if increased damage. But yeah, he's definitely saving up for the KV-2 heavy tank here. No, now he goes for the T-34-6 number 2. It sounds like I was going for the KV-2, but he could have gone for another T-34 sooner then. Would have put a lot more pressure on Luvnest's infantry, maybe gotten some wipes in there, since 2 T-34-6s can really start to threaten infantry. That's what Luvnest is planning for next. Hard to say here. Possibly Sturmpanzer, or possibly a 2nd Panther. Bring on the Pioneers. Whiffed. Need to fix up the T-34-6, flanking the Pack 40 here. Panther moving about here, 6 kills, half fate veterans in 1. Another T-34 moving there for 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't move about here for the east side. Troops reinforcing healing. Shoots right through the shed there. Counters the Grenadiers. T-34 number 2 almost done there for 1, 2, 3, 4. 18 kills, 19 kills. Definitely putting some pressure on Luvnest infantry. There's yet to secure any wipes against Luvnest, which is worth noting there. Obviously, in this regard, having 5-man Grenadier squads helps a lot. And this is one of the reasons why just having them there is great, because you're just less likely to have them wiped by, like, you know, random shots and whatnot, which typically is one of the major issues with armoured infantry. Like, you know, a good bit of RNG and you just got no units left. So there's a critical element there. Panther shoots here through the hedges, gets good in the T-34-6, forcing 1, 2, 3, 4 to back off a bit there. Ooh, dear, lost unit somewhere. Hard to say what it was. Looks like the anti-tank and they got cleared out. He might lose more there if he's not careful. Oh, Luvnest is not paying attention. Almost gets wiped there, but avoids it. I think had he popped the incendiary pigeon rounds, he might have actually been able to get the full wipe there. Then again, it might have warned him to something going on. They may retreat it sooner. Alright, Graham there, M42 anti-tank gun again. Panther there with 9 kills so far. Doing a respectable job with machine guns. And it is really starting to look like Luvnest is going for a second Panther. Got T-54's going for it. Rear armor hits there. Pushing it down to half health. Second shot bounce. T-54 pushed back. They do the press on the pack. Had not been for the pack, they probably could have taken it out or rushed it. But yeah, Luvnest is seconds away here for what possibly is another Panther here. Fragmentation bomb on the MD-42. Luvnest had enough of that one. Gets out of there. Note the way it calls in there means that if 1, 2, 3, 4 had just auto-treated it, it likely would have been wiped by the artillery. Of course, in this case, there's still a lot of grenadiers about with machine gun or supporting fire, so it still got wiped. And probably should have gone further that way, this angle, but it wasn't like he did the wrong thing, and he just auto-treated that like it's just been a wipe there, so, you know. At least he tried, yes, to save it, I guess. But it didn't quite pan out there. And there you go, do get the assault here from Luvnest. That's up to 3, but it's now going here for the machine gun there. T-Force moving up, could wipe it out before it can retreat here. I like the rest of them trying to do that at that point. But no, oh, yeah. Almost looked like he was actually doing it and then wiped by the T-34s. 21 and 3 kills. Panther moving up here. Still some additional armor here for Luvnest, but again, my suspicion is he's planning a second Panther here. Now I think 1, 2, 3, 4 is in fact stalling for the KB2 heavy tank. Panther advances here. Punishment grabbing the machine gun. Panther there gaining veterancy 1. Another hit from the pack forward on the T-34s from 6. Machine gun wiped again. No, he goes for another T-34. He keeps floating up so many resources. You think he'd go for the KB2, and then he just goes for another T-34s from 6. Like, at this point again, he could at least have another one on. In fact, at this point then, as soon as he has the third T-34, probably go for a 4th one. But we'll have to see if he does that. Meanwhile, Luvnest is not going for a second Panther. He is going for the Sturmpanzer 4. Perhaps I certainly want to go for one there. Field by the machine gun here in the center. Shot fired. Missed. That did not miss. Troops reinforcing healing. Need to fix up the T-34s. Panther and Dynamite repair. Reinforcing healing. Sturmpanzer halfway done. Grab the center victory point. Machine gun there being hosed down. Halfway to victory 3. So that's the third T-34s on 6. We now go for 4th one. Would he go for Katyusha? That could also be an option here to maybe deal with some of Luvnest's forces. There's a lot of options here. We just need to like pick them, I think, at a bit more expedient pace and just, you know, really slow T-34s and 76s in a sense. There goes supporting these being caught by the fresh T-34. The men exposed and routed. At least with minimal casualties there for Luvnest. Shark was caught here, but then 42 and there goes Sturmpanzer shoots, and the shot falls way too short. T-4 going for the units in the west. 5 kills. Pack shoots, good hit there, and there you go within range of the Panzerfaust. Nice out there. Catches 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 34, 6 in a bad place, and could possibly see destroyed here. One more penetrating hit there, and that is in fact what's going to happen here. We got the use repair. Panther in there. Yup, he's going to take advantage of the situation. Good hit by the field gun, but I don't think it's going to be sufficient to deter Luvnest's Panzer compound. For there you go for Sturmpanzer. What's going to deal with the machine gun and field gun. T-54 down, punishing 1, 2, 3, 4 there for a awkward move. Also for not mining enough. Really should be mining a lot more. Eastern field than it's used again, but they're going to need to move in there. T-54 moving up through the center. Almost got the machine gun here. Could see another machine gun wipe for Luvnest, and oh, gets it. Okay, may have to destroy it though. Panther moving in there, taking hits from the anti-tank. Constantly all forwards there. Gonna rush it with anti-tank grenades. Sturmpanzer shoots into the advancing horde of 7 infantry, causing significant harm. Damage ending on the Panthers and anti-tank grenades. We've got 15 kills. The veterans 2 is almost there. Sturmpanzer shoots, misses. Need to fix up the 2 T-54s. Really should be going for more tanks again. Like, if he's planning for the KB2, you just go for it at this point. Comes under here far from the Sturmpanzer. Another series of grievous casualties inflicted as a high explosive shell just detonates amongst them. And the center shock from is going to be here, routing them. Could maybe grab the machine. There goes smoke grenade off here on the 2-2. They note the way Luvnest moves. Oh, it almost looked like he's going to use this to try and block them from grabbing it, but no. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4 has 2 MG42s and Luvnest has none. The Luvnest is quite clearly intent on ensuring at least keeps one of them, or at least the Surge don't get 2. But now the MG42 is hauled away. They're under Luvnest's nose. A stinging, sneaky blow. Back in reinforcement. It does seem like perhaps now 1, 2, 3, 4 is planning for the KV2. Meanwhile, Luvnest bringing up the Panzerwerfer. 42. Lines tank and shoots, bounces off the Panther's frontal armor. 80 mm of sloped armor. Field gun bounces as well. Lines tank and then gets a penetrating hit. Another bounce. Field gun misses. Sturmpanzer moving straight ahead here, and there goes fragmentation bomb again. Brand missed here, 1, 2, 3, 4's lines. Oh dear, he needs to get everything out of them. Meanwhile, planning to move forward, stand under it. T-54 gets stunned. Sturmpanzer goes straight for the isolated field gun. Good move, the crew blasted into tiny bits. Not a single survivor. Shock troop was constantly ahead here, damaging the Panther. Lines taking fire, there go. Field gun destroyed by the Sturmpanzer, and possibly the Pack 40 supporting. 15 kills already. Panther there with 15 as well. Close 52. Pushed back though. Sturmpanzer shoots at the advancing conscripts. Panther there. Posing with his machine guns. Grenadiers doing with a cannon there. Panther very close to 52. Team 54 moving up. Shoots, misses. Shock troopers versus Grenadiers. Sturmpanzer shoots. Panther gains 52. Conscripts and shock troopers being annihilated in bloody combat in the center. We got 90 versus 239 points by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4 is close to the KV2 there. Luvnest Panzerwaffe is starting to look very threatening here. And 1, 2, 3, 4's tank force is looking a bit depleted there. Partly again due to that mismatch of that T-34 from the 6. Of course, Luvnest Panther will need some repairs, but Luvnest does have 2 Pioneer squads, both the veteran squad leaders, which of course means they get a 5th man, meaning overall they repair faster. That's also another reason this is great. It's probably the best way to repair stuff with Wehrmacht. Short of just going for repair plankers with the defensive. Then you get 5-man squads, or in theory, Panther Grenadiers and Stormtroopers. And to tank sneak up, they're T-54 forming the east side, west side. We've got the T-54 being repaired up, close to the east level. Shoots, gets a kill there. Pack there gaining the ace level using target waypoint here. Neat. Not though for the tank crew, as they suddenly found themselves significantly stunned. H5 with 1, 2, 3, 4s again. I'm starting to really get the impression he is constantly thinking about the KV2 and then he basically decides against it. So now we got the H5 tanks all the way there at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Red Army. We got 75 versus 239. The situation is starting to look a bit more ragged here for the Surge versus Luvnest and the Großdeutschland Panzer Grenadier Division. Moving on the center straight to the MG42 here. Sturmpanzer wing westwards. 65 almost done here. Panther shoots, misses. Sturmpanzer shoots, also misses. 22 kills on the Sturmpanzer. There you go, T-54 ace flanks the Sturmpanzer. Shoots, misses. Again, though, you should have ready T-54 from the other side. Good hit there, good hit. But we got the Panther going to need to pull back the T-54 from 64 too late. Shot bounces. Pack opening and the T-54 from 6 there. Engineers moving ahead. Ace T-54 is not disengaging fast enough. They might misclick or something else. Alway. Panther's going for it. Luvnest sees the opportunity to destroy his opponent's most treasured tank. His most prized weapon of doom. And there you go. Knocked out. Even as it's firing up the engine. Definite blow there to 1, 2, 3, 4. Not entirely sure what happened there. Alway. Whatever the cause, he did lose an T-34 from 6. Meanwhile, Luvnest Panther is still alive. And now 1, 2, 3, 4 is still bleeding out on the face of Sturm. Luvnest and his Sturm now 28 kills. He's using the bombardment ability, destroying the anti-tank and leaving out 1, 2, 3, 4 and the Red Army with just the H-85. Panther there half health, but also close to the ace level. If Luvnest can get there, that could actually pose a problem there for 1, 2, 3, 4. So then actually gets a good rate of fire and good mobility. Maximum here on MG4 checked on the east side. Vetchi 2 gain, going to start maneuvering it. And need to be treating them. The 2-2 ball is still alive. Very good there. Oh. Lost the machine gun. Possibly to a mine of his own. Yikes. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Red Army is found himself in a pretty position against the Germans. Casualties are high. The Germans are as fearsome as ever. So 9 and 16 kills there. The armor's done some heavy lifting, so that Sturmpanzer just proving itself to be quite expedient, as Mike knows, in blowing apart Soviet infantry and support weapons. Go down the shock tubers. Obliterates Boris. Keep him up. The shoots at the Pack 48, then misses. Looks like he's going to try and rush it down. He's farming up support here. Panther being repaired still, but it's very close to being fixed up fully. He could all just rush it in. He missed the T-34-6. A bit surprised 1, 2, 3, 4 at no point considers some artillery, either Katyusha or mortar. 2 could actually been quite helpful versus Luvnest, but for whatever reasons, 1, 2, 3, 4 decided not to bother. Panther hanging back, keep very close to the ace level, moving up the eastern side of the conscripts, the Frontoviks. Panther moving ahead, Issued farming up there as well. Direct kick there. He could actually blitz right past the Issued farm and take it out here, I think. Of course, he's not aware what the situation is. Otherwise, of course, it might be Birsky. If he's going, oh, getting rammed here. Perhaps Luvnest got a bit too confident. Damage engine the Panther as well. Did actually get immobilized? No, just heavy engine damage. Thing is, there's actually a small chance if you ram something they actually get immobilized. That's small. T-Fizzle down, but the Ace Panther also goes down. Now that's a hurtful blow there to Luvnest, but at the same time, there's not really a lot left here for 1, 2, 3 would actually explode it with after losses T-34. And his men are still getting annihilated by the Sturmpanzer. Another shot there. Concer's being utterly decimated. Fox moving up, Gunny's moving about. He's starting to get Pioneers moving forward. They're backed up with the 2-2. Luvnest on the offensive once more. Will he go for assault and hold to further push the advantage? Versus 1, 2, 3 on the right farm. There you go. Sturmpanzer moving up, shoots, misses. Gunny is backing up here on the left flank. 2-2 going for the H. Is he going to try and knock out the tank destroyer with an armoured car? He is. Where angels dare to tread, Luvnest boldly goes. 2 thumbs up. I mean, it technically can work out. Statistically, the chance of it working out due to, you know, his opponent moving troops' defend is low, but still, it actually did some damage. Had it not been for those conscripts, he could actually done it. So, you know, great work there by Luvnest. Even if it was a bit fatal. 40 kills on the Sturmpanzer. And that's certainly not what I'd recommend you to normally go for to use, like, to finish off Initiative 5, but, like, if it's low in health, you could try it like that. Just keep in mind the risks. Another T-34 for 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, he keeps, I feel like, flooding a bit too many resources here. We're going for more T-34s. Again, it seems like he's just sort of trapped between the desire to go for the KV-2 and then, you know, wanting to, you know, not immediately being rolled over by Luvnest. It just ends up sort of, you know, circulating back and forth, which means he just never really pushes for a lot of tanks, nor does he get the KV-2. I mean, he's just sort of stuck in this unsatisfactory sort of middle ground, which clearly Luvnest is quite good at exploiting and hitting 1, 2, 3, 4 over the head with. Sturm popping up, shoots, and good hit. Almost got the unit squad there, in fact. 45 kills. There goes stun on the H5. Complete hit. There you go. Direct hit. Casualties piling up. 48 kills. Luvnest not far away from another Panther if he so decides it, which he may or may not. But there will be in his blood. Panther shoots into the base. I'm going to snuff out some more Soviet lives. And the casualties don't particularly pile up. Like, one guy dies, and that's about it.
Victory is slipping from our grasp. We have only 50 points remaining.
46 was a turn of 5. Luvnest can now go for the Panther if he so chooses. You could also just in the field just go for another Sturmpanzer at this point. And there you go, a Sturmpanzer, 51 kills. T-4 moving in for it. Nice hit there, penetrating the rear arm of the Sturmpanzer from Center East. Shot fired, bounced off the Sturmpanzer's armor. Pack shoots, and going to get Panther down from the Ace Pack 40. That's pretty much the end of that T-34-6. H5 moving ahead, damage engine as well. This is looking pretty bad for 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, it seems like he's almost just flailing about. There you go. Panther on the way there for Luvnest. T-54-6 cooked up with the Pack 40. And 1, 2, 3, 4's infantry is barely alive. Ragged and run out. Sturmpanzer charging ahead here. Straight for the H-85. That seems a bit bold, but there you go. He is deterred. It seems he is deterred and backs off. Panther's not far off and probably could just go in and finish the job. Meanwhile, east side, there's a bit of light maneuvering here, but beyond that, 1, 2, 3, 4 seems a bit rudderless at the moment. Picks up the H-5 there. Luvnest reinforcing healing. His Sturmpanzer, of course, in dire need of repairs. Would be ashamed to throw away such an ace assault tank. And there you go. Panther number 2 out there for Luvnest and the German army. The mighty Panzerkampfwagen 5. H-5 holding back. Contra moving about here on the west side. We got shocks moving up. They're going straight for the western fuel point. Not to make a move for all of them. Grenade off. Can these hold the line? No matter the course. Also pushing the east side here. Still like to see a single stormtrooper scoop or something like that here for Luvnest. But oh well, that's just me. Pack being forts here. Sturmpanzer good to go. Panther also very much good to go. Could do with the light machine being added on top, but that's about it really. Sturmpanzer in west have to do with the shock troops. They will move towards the centre. Panther for the shooting, unleashing another payload of deadly rockets. Then on to Fields Infantry. Constable being caught in a shout. Sturmpanzer catches the shock troopers. We got grenades from the east and the east. We got the T-54-6 almost done. There goes shock troopers almost annihilated down to just one single man. All 3 victor points line control. You have Luvnest and the German army. H-5 then shooting away, misses, but so does the Panther. Still, if the Panther get behind the H-5, the H-5 is toast. The H-5 is very close to the east level. 22 points left. 20. Just need to grab the western point here. H-5 gain the east level, but I think the Panther's got this. The Panther's got this. One more shot, and that H-5 is toast. Now the T-54 on the way for 1, 2, 3, 4. 14 points. There you go. Panther getting veterans 1. East side here. And needing force, but they just mince meat for the Germans to, well, put through the meat grinder once more. 9 points. 6 points. 3 points. And GG, game over. There you go. Victory here for the German army. A big loss for the Red army. A brutal fight here on Langraskaya. There's some good action here and there. In the end, I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Either should just decide to push out for the KV2 or not. The problem is, if several times could just push for more T-54 so it gets faster. Also, he really should have gone for some artillery. Langraskaya kind of one of those maps that really benefits from the artillery, so he could have done a lot with that, I think, here versus Luvnest, and I think would have given him a much better chance. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match, though. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that jazz. This is Pro Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.